Hi, this is Chris. I'm here to talk about roots. This is from Mathematics for Machine Technology by Smith and Peterson. I'm an instructor at Shoreline Community College. When we're dealing with roots, a square root is the number you would multiply times itself twice to get that number. The root number tells us how many times the number is multiplied times itself. If the root number is 2, we don't write it next to the radical. Here's an example. If we have the square root of 9, this is the second root of 9. We don't see a 2 there. Normally there's a number there if it's not 2, like this. The square root of 9 means that what number times itself equals 9, and in that case it's 3. The third root of 27 is what number times itself 3 times is equal to 27. Once again, that's also 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. If we look at the fourth root of 81, now we're asking what number times itself 4 times is equal to 81. And again, the number is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. Let's look at another example. What's the fifth root of 32? In other words, what number times itself 5 times is equal to 32? In this case, the number is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. And what's the sixth root of 64? Once again, it's 2, because 2 times itself 6 times is equal to 64. In machining, we use roots for 2 different things most of the time. Most of the time, it has to do with areas and volumes. For example, the square root of an area is equal to the length of a side. So if we know that the area is 49/64, we can take the square root of it to find out what the length of the side is. In this case, the square root of 49, what number times itself is 49, is 7, and the square root of 64, what number times itself is 64, is 8. So we end up with 7/8. Let's take another look at another example, this time volume. Here we have the volume of a cube, and the volume of a cube, the third root of it, is equal to the length of the side. If that volume is 425 thousandths, then the third root of the 425 thousandths is equal to the length of the side. When we calculate that on the calculator, we find that the side is equal to 0.751847298. That number times itself 3 times will equal 0.425. Rounding that to 3 decimal places, we get 0.752. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Bye.